Welcome back to the Gentleman's Gazette. In today's video, I'm going to discuss the quality hallmarks of men's leather gloves. Gloves have been around for centuries, and they're meant to protect your fingers and your hands from the cold and from outside influences. 100 years ago, men would wear gloves as a status symbol. And so oftentimes you would see gentlemen wear white gloves that they could change 6 or 7 times a day to display their wealth. The same was true for lighter colored gloves, and the whole glove culture was much more developed. With the birth of the automobile, you had driving gloves, there were work gloves, there were evening gloves, daywear gloves, and all kinds of gloves that today often don't exist anymore. Therefore, in today's video, I'm only going to discuss men's leather dress gloves as you would wear them with business suits, with sport coat combinations, or just if you go to the grocery store. First, make sure to check if the gloves are hand sewn or machine sewn. As the name implies, a hand sewn glove is actually sewn by hand by a person, and you can see the edges of the leather, and you can see the fine hand stitches just like on a hand-rolled pocket square. As you can see here, the edges are more visible, and it therefore goes well with casual outfits, everyday outfits, and in darker colors you can even wear them with suits, but they're not the most formal kinds of gloves. However, a hand-sewn pair of gloves is much more expensive to produce because it takes much more time. Therefore, glove connoisseurs really like hand-sewn gloves, and if you have a leather like Peccary, they even like to wear it unlined, so you feel the leather and you feel the craftsmanship. On the other hand, machine-sewn gloves do not have these visible edges, and they're more elegant. Generally, hand-sewn gloves are used for textured leathers like Peccary or Carpincho versus thin hair sheep or lambskin leathers are sewn by machine. Formal events also call for machine sewn gloves, and the way you achieve this neat look is actually by sewing them inside out. So you sew them, and then you turn them inside out, and that's what you see here. Machine sewn gloves are maybe a bit more durable because the stitches are closer together, and it's a less expensive way to produce gloves. That's why the majority of gloves are made in that way. If you want something special and unique, go with a hand-sewn kind, but in general, every man should have at least one pair of machine-sewn gloves for formal events, maybe in a darker color like gray, or one pair of hand-sewn gloves for more casual outings. The second thing you want to look out for is whether the glove is lined, meaning there's something on the inside that keeps you warm, or if it is unlined. 100 years ago, unlined gloves were really popular, and I still love to wear them during the in-between seasons, during spring and fall, because when it's not too cold and not too warm, your fingers aren't going to sweat, but you still have some layer of protection, and it looks really elegant. The majority of all gloves you see today are lined. The reason for it is it keeps you warmer. At the same time, it makes the gloves look a little more bulky. So if you want the most elegant gloves you can get a machine-sewn glove that is unlined. If you enjoyed this video, sign up to our email newsletter. I'll even throw in my free ebook, 15 style mistakes and how you can avoid them. The third hallmark of quality gloves is the closure system. Most men's gloves today come with side slits that's easy and inexpensive to produce. Sometimes they also go with an elastic, and you can sometimes find snap buttons or maybe even buckles, but that's usually much more common for women. Traditionally, very elegant gentlemen would only wear button gloves because they would sit close to their wrist. They would work with French cuffs and barrel cuffs, and they would just look more elegant on your hand. For that reason, the gloves we offer at Fur Belvedere have the traditional button closure, which is extremely difficult to find nowadays since people have just forgotten about it. The fourth hallmark of quality gloves is in the details. First, you want to look at the points of gloves. That's usually those 3 seams on the back of a glove. It's very traditional, it looks great, and the more detailed and intricate they are, the more likely it is you have a high quality glove. Second, Look at the piping and the seams. Are they straight? Are they crooked? Are they neat? The neater and finer they are, the better your glove will be. The ultimate hallmark of a quality glove are the so-called quirks. Quirks are these little diamond or triangular shaped things in between your fingers, and you can see here that it's just an additional piece of leather that facilitates moving your hands. It makes it much more comfortable to wear your gloves, and therefore all for velvet gloves have this feature. If you see gloves with quirks, you can comfortably buy them because chances are it's going to be a very high quality glove. 5. Glove colors. Most men today wear black leather gloves or maybe brown leather gloves. However, it wasn't always like that. In the 1930s, elegant men would wear gray gloves because they're much more versatile. They provide a nice contrast with your outfit, but you can wear them with black, charcoal, navy, green, gray, and many other colors. On the other hand, black only works with black or charcoal, and other than that, it won't really help you. Also, if you want to stand out from the crowd, having a color in gray, or maybe burgundy red, or chamois yellow really helps you to create something unique that people will see and that looks very tasteful and elegant. The 6th hallmark is the fit of the glove. And as you know, there's a saying, it should fit like a glove. But what exactly does that mean? Please see our separate video about glove fit and sizing. The 7th hallmark of good gloves are the leather and the lining. However, this is an extensive topic and we'll cover this in another video. Stay tuned for more videos on men's gloves.